Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back, or welcome. Today we are doing a more routine reading and we're looking into what the person on your mind is currently feeling about you. Some of the energies were unexpected, but I don't want to ruin anything, so I'll leave you to focus on which deck calls to you the most, and I will see you soon. Hello, my beautiful pile ones, and welcome. We're starting with these oracle cards first, but then we will clarify with tarot, some channeled messages, and some advice at the end as well. So to start off your reading, we have number 3, Mercury, Mind. Right off the bat, this connection doesn't feel like it's entirely grounded right now, or if you are with this person, it might be that you're in the middle of a pause, a break from the connection, or there might just be some things that seem a little bit unsettled, unresolved, but we will get into it a little bit more, a lot more in a second. I kind of just wanted to get that out of the way so you can see if this resonates with your situation or not, because this doesn't feel like a fully committed, fully grounded, everything is fine kind of situation. I guess that's not the most popular thing to be looking at in a tarot reading anyway. That's usually not what comes through, but we'll get into it more. And I'm smiling because I know the cards. And I know what's coming, so you'll see as well. We have the 6th house, Virgo energy, the 4th house, Cancer energy. We have number 4, the Emperor. Aries energy could be significant as well. We have the number 7, Law of Intention. We have love. We have the Underworld, and we have the Crone. Now, the first thing I'm getting is that this connection could not have been easy, not with this kind of energy. And this doesn't feel necessarily like someone you've known for a very long time, but you knowing them has been intense, or them knowing you has been intense. But I do feel it goes both ways, because this just feels like a connection that does. In the sense that I think there has been a lot of healing that has been happening either directly or indirectly triggered through this connection. With the Underworld and then the Crone, it's giving me this image of things surfacing or resurfacing to be dealt with. And I do feel that this person has had the opportunity, or they're having the opportunity, to drop down deep into their own self and really connect with their own self. And this is happening through this person figuring out what they need to, figuring out the obstacles that may have blocked them from really connecting with their deepest desires, with their deepest self, with their higher self. There seems to be a lot of authenticity in their energy, and in their energy towards you as well. If this person hasn't been very straightforward with you, I feel that's only because maybe there were certain aspects to their feelings that they weren't ready to share because they didn't want to ruin anything. Their energy seems very clear and honest to me right now, and maybe that's not how it's always been, but this is someone who has pure intentions. And they do have intentions with you. There is intention here to heal with you. There is intention here to, for some of you, like, ground this connection. With the 4th house and the Crone coming out, this person has deep feelings for you, and I feel like they've cleared so much of the obstacles, the blockages that they may have needed to in order to truly connect to that feeling, that now they see it much clearer than they used to. And I think a part of them always knew that they had these deep feelings for you, but they may have not felt very comfortable sharing these with you before, or They may have shared them but then pulled away or went back on their word in some way. They may have felt like the past version of them that you met may have been disappointing to you in some way, even if this isn't the objective truth. I do feel that they're disappointed that they have disappointed you. That there is a lot of love here, a lot of appreciation, a lot of compassion, a lot of admiration, a lot of loyalty as well, at least in the emotional space, regardless of what your current situation might be. But it also feels like although you give this person a lot of comfort, a lot of safety, a lot of this warm, fuzzy energy, it also feels like there might be some level of anxiety towards you, maybe how you feel about them or how you might see them. I don't know what's happening outside, if you can hear that. This person, especially if you haven't been in contact, might not know how to approach you right now, even though I do see them feeling more empowered than they used to in the past and more ready to take steps that match their intentions, solid steps. There seems to be a lot to figure out around this situation itself still. It doesn't feel like it's all like ready to go. It doesn't feel like the moment you speak, everything will just fall into place. It still feels like there is maybe some healing to do together, or something to heal around the situation itself, or something to heal around the circumstances of this situation. Maybe there are external factors influencing what happened here, or what happens here next. But with the underworld, this person has faced a lot of shit. Like, they've faced a lot of their own shit, and I feel they've taken shit from other people as well. And your presence seems to have helped this person a lot through all of that. There's a very encouraging energy to you that this person sees and feels and remembers. It seems like they understand that there is something deeper to this connection, or deeper to the way they feel about you, but they may not just know what exactly. For some of you, this person misses your voice, or the way you laugh, or some kind of sound you make. Something about voices, and something about eyes as well. Big eyes. Maybe some of you have really big eyes, or something striking about the eyes or the eyebrows, like something in that area. I'm also hearing marks and scars. This person, they really appreciate you as the person that you are, and your body as well. If you have any like scars or specific, like a birthmark or something of that sort, this person is very fond of that as well. They see your body as a temple. For some of you, you may have dealt with body image issues, or this person may have dealt with body image issues. There's something very sensitive about them, something very vulnerable, very raw, very understanding in their energy towards you. Very compassionate, very loving, very genuine, very sweet. But I don't know if that's how they appear to everyone else. They don't need to. For some of you, they might, but it almost feels like a deeper layer to them. That like they wouldn't just put their heart out or wear their heart on their sleeve. But for you, it feels like they do. And for some of you, I feel that you haven't seen this person interact with anyone else. But if you did, you would see the difference in how they look at you and interact with you. If things haven't been moving in this connection, I do feel that there is a desire here to move things, but like some kind of hesitation around how to make this happen as well. Although they seem to have dropped down into their emotions a lot around you, it also feels like they're in their head a lot as well, because they don't want to mess this up and they don't want to hurt you. For some of you, this person might not feel like they have healed enough, like they still have certain patterns that might end up being toxic to this situation. Whether this is the accurate truth or not, for some of you, you might perceive this person as someone very confident, but I think this is someone who has battled with a lot of insecurities. And someone who still might be, even though it's kind of like an energy of being in between worlds with the underworld and the crone. I don't think they're done with their healing necessarily, or done with this inner journey necessarily, but I do feel it's brought them closer to you in some way, maybe especially energetically. You may have started feeling their energy more, but for some of you, you may have started feeling their energy less. And if that's the case, I feel that might be because they have pulled their focus fully onto themselves if you've started feeling their energy less. And they may have done this so that they're able to fully heal and work on whatever patterns, behaviors, or habits they may have needed to work on in order to get rid of beliefs that hold them back, patterns that make them sabotage situations or get too scared and run away or avoid things. They seem to be in a more confrontational energy, or they seem to be moving into a more confrontational energy at the very least. But I do want to clarify with tarot now, so we can understand this energy a little bit better. Their energy might have a lot of up and downs, or it may have had a lot of up and downs recently. Like 1 second they might feel very motivated, but then they may have a lot of intrusive thoughts. We have the Three of Wands. I think this is the Wands. Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell in this deck. The Wands and the Swords. And I also just lost a card. I literally cannot see it. Oh, okay. I found it. We have the Seven of Swords. For some of you, this person may have pursued an opportunity elsewhere, pursued a career elsewhere to distract themselves, because they do have runner energy. They do have an avoidant energy to them. So they may have like taken a job opportunity elsewhere, not to like run away from you or anything, but just to distract themselves. Just to focus on other areas of their life, like non-relationship areas of their life, where they don't have to be emotional, where they don't have to be in their emotional space. But I do feel this is also a habit that they are slowly outgrowing. We have the Knight of Swords. We have Judgment in reverse. I was just going to say, I think they're starting to be really honest with their own self. But with Judgment in reverse, I think they're more so trying to be as honest as they can be, but there still seems to be something not entirely finished, something that still seems to be changing or evolving or moving in their energy. We have the Sun, and I was just hearing the song. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. And the rest of the lyrics say, like, it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think, I'm not sure, but something like that. And now I'm hearing Here Comes the Sun. No, I need to stop this, otherwise I'm gonna have to mention every song with the word sun in it. And now we have You Are My Sunshine. Okay, we're stopping this. But if you feel called to check out any of the songs, of course, feel free to do so. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. They may have left, but they never forgot about you or truly left you behind. And I think this person is understanding that they can't run from things. They have to face things, otherwise they're unresolved. And this doesn't feel like someone who can live with that, in the sense of just having things be unresolved forever and they'll forget about it. They won't. This person is very cerebral in that sense. They don't forget about the things you may have said. I just checked the time, and it's 17:07, and that is my good luck charm number. So yeah, just thought I would mention that as well. This person hasn't forgotten the conversations you've had or the way you've looked at them. If they walked away especially, or if there was some kind of confrontation that finalized things between the two of you, or like a goodbye, they remember every detail of that. They remember how they felt, and they remember the look on your face as well. For some of you, you may have a very expressive face, or this person might feel that they can read you very easily in that sense. This is someone who's very emotionally intelligent, but they may not even give themselves credit for it, or they may not have had the opportunity to fully embody that energy yet, due to maybe past trauma or past fears resurfacing when they met you. There seems to have been a big fear of losing you, but they may have acted in the opposite way, because I think it was too much for them. So it may have been easier to call it off on their own so that you wouldn't leave, or that things wouldn't fall apart, it wouldn't hurt more. It almost feels like they may have prepared themselves for this so that it would hurt less, so that they wouldn't be caught off guard, so that they wouldn't hurt you more either. Because I do feel this person may have been getting really attached to you really quickly. Like, I don't know why I said it like that. That was some weird intonation, but they may have been getting really attached to you really quickly, and it may have scared them. I just saw something, but I'm not familiar enough with this deck to know what that was. I saw a cup though, so it was a quartz cup card. Can we clarify? Oh, okay. Thank you. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing I needed confirmation, but I don't know from what or about what. But maybe that makes sense to someone. Let me know if it does. Can we clarify? Thank you. We have Death in reverse. They may have been in a very resistant energy to this connection in the past. But there is a very strong energy of these things, these patterns, these fears clearing up. Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands and we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's the change in luck. Things are changing in their energy. I think they're becoming more daring. They are becoming more motivated. They're becoming more fearless because they realize that they have held themselves back from happiness. And I think you have spent this time well as well, or you have been pouring a lot of energy into your own self. I think they really admire that. And I think you're calling them in this way as well. Whether you know that you're doing this, whether this is on purpose or not. There's a lot of manifestational energy here as well, with the Magician showing up at the very beginning too. Is there anything else that wants to come through? I was just going to say I think we're good on the tarot, but we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Well, now we have to clarify that. I'll just put that there. I don't know what I'm doing with this layout. Why is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, please, universe? Because we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. They still have hesitations around this situation. We have the King of Wands, and we have the Magician, and we have the Queen of Wands as the bottom deck energy at one point. But what this is more so telling me is this person doesn't want to be caged. And not because they feel that you would cage them, but I think they might still be afraid of how intense this connection is. I don't think that's their entire energy, but I do feel there is an undercurrent of a level of hesitation in their approach to you. And also a level of hesitation because for some of you, this person might feel that you might not be... What's the card underneath that? We have the Page of Pentacles. They've lost their chance. Yeah, that you might not be receptive to them anymore, even if this is what they want. They have to be realistic. We have the Ace of Swords here as well, behind the Page of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see this even. I hope you can. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Star in reverse, and the World in reverse, and that they're not done healing. They're afraid that they're going to do something too early and ruin this, or that you've changed your mind about them, that you don't want to give anything to them anymore, that you'd rather just give to yourself, that you don't want them anymore. And they don't want to uproot anything for you either. You seem to have a much more stable energy compared to this person. So you might have a more earth or water dominant chart, and they may have more air and fire. Doesn't have to be the case, of course, but could be. So let's get you some channeled messages. Actually, I want to get some Moonology cards first. I keep on hearing in between worlds. They feel very magnetically drawn to you, but it feels like there's still some things to resolve, some loose ends to tie. We have look at the bigger picture, but their perspective seems to be enhanced. They seem to understand things more. They seem to have a better understanding of this situation as well as their own self. We have step out of your comfort zone. I think this person's afraid of being too comfortable anywhere and stopping like their growth, that they'll one day just stop exploring. But I think they'll eventually come to the realization that they never really have to stop exploring unless they choose to. We have a fiery climax approaches. Yeah, that for me confirms that. And bottom deck energies believe in the impossible. So what they didn't believe was possible before seems to be becoming more and more possible now, because they're releasing those limiting beliefs that they may have had around how they achieve happiness, how they can be their happiest self, and how they can bring more happiness into their life as well. But let's get some channeled messages. Please only take the ones that resonate, and ignore the ones that don't. I actually feel like giving this another shuffle. My hand is like tingling. I need to shuffle again. Why is that stuck? Okay, we have I daydream about you, and oh, okay. We have, okay, we're taking the ones that stuck out because decks don't do that for no reason. You have the most beautiful mind. You're on my mind right now. You're on my mind all the time. And we also have I am so attracted to you. Okay, now let's shuffle. It's easier to stay away right now, yeah. You are my sunshine. Oh no, all the songs are coming back again. I'm trying to be logical about this. I feel guilty because they feel that they may have disappointed you. And I'm not the person I used to be. Ooh. Oh my god. I keep dropping things in the background. You can't see, but what messages want to come through? Well, nothing else is coming out. Maybe I should retire our trusty message bag. I shuffle the same way, I swear. But there's, like, it just seems like there are less messages coming out. I want to do the right thing. Or maybe I should add new messages. Maybe just nobody feels these messages anymore. I can't risk another goodbye. Yeah, there is a slight self-sabotage tinge to their energy. But I have faith in them. I do. Especially, like, look at that energy. How could I not? But of course, please remember to trust your own intuition over mine or anyone else's. Now, we will get some affirmators. Loyalty. Yeah, I said they've been loyal to you, right? Did I not? If I didn't, I wanted to say it. I swear. I'm not just saying it because this came out, so it sounds cool or something. I actually thought about it. Okay. Loyalty. I'm there for the people I care about in whatever way they need me. Ride to the airport? No problem. Bail you out of jail? You bet. Go see your band again? Maybe. The point is, when I stand with them, I know I'm a part of something special. And to be honest, it doesn't suck to look around and remember they're standing with me too. You are connected to this person naturally without trying. You don't need to, like, force this connection. You don't need to force it. It's not that kind of connection. If this resonates with your situation. Okay. We have wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. But what if you told them to cool their jets and chill a sec? Today you get to put your mental chatter on pause, to take a breath and simply wait and see how things play out before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios. Wait, and you'll see that waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wondering and worrying. Insert audible sigh of relief here. I think this kind of speaks about the energy they are shifting into, or they need to shift into as well. Instead of being in an energy of rumination about whether things will work out or about all the ways things could not work out, and we have vulnerability. I allow myself to talk about my feelings without fear or external judgment or internal drama. When I express my feelings, a couple of funny things happen. 1, I feel like a kindergartner. 2, everything gets lighter, easier, and filled with the comfort and glow of honesty. Hey, no wonder kindergartners seem so fun and stress-free. I'm thinking if there's anything else we should do, but I think this is all I have for you, my beautiful pile ones. Let me know if this resonated. If it did not, there could be a message for you in another reading or in another pile, so if you feel called to do so, definitely do check those out. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care and bye. Hello, my beautiful pile twos, and welcome. So we're starting with these oracle cards first, and then we'll clarify with tarot, and we'll get channeled messages and advice at the end as well. I will tell you, this energy hit me like a ton of bricks, and also my cards, because when I was shuffling these, they flew away repeatedly, like just the whole deck flew away. This was a very unexpected energy, and I am excited to tell you about this. So we have number 45, part of fortune increase. We have Uranus. Aquarius energy could be significant, but it doesn't have to be. We have Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's do this one first. We have the Ten of Cups. I swear I'm not making this up. We have number 67, Society. We have Anxiety. We have the Healer. And we have the Gem. Right off the bat, I heard you and this person speak a language that nobody else understands. This person feels a very, very deep connection to you, to the point where it has hit them like a ton of bricks, the way this energy hit me. And I think this person has really been in their head about this, and I'm hearing it's too beautiful to touch. So they might have a fear of things going wrong here, or things not working out in the way that they want to. This feels like a new connection or a new cycle. Because we have two tens here, the part of fortune card is a 10 of Pentacles in the tarot. Even though this adds up to a 9, we're ignoring that. That's a 10. So it feels like there is new energy here. And it feels like both of you are coming out of a cycle that may have been less than great. With the Healer energy, I think this represents both of you, in the sense that I feel both of you have been working really hard on your own self, on your own healing. And it feels like this is kind of just like the sun finally coming out after a very long, difficult night. This person really values this connection. They think you're absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning and mesmerizing and enchanting and just incredible. I think this connection is something that this person really wants to ground, but at the same time, the energies feel so erratic, their feelings for you feel so overwhelming that they might not know how to proceed. This person feels very seen by you, very heard by you, very understood by you, but they also understand that you've been through a lot, that you've had to deal with a lot of shit, with a lot of bullshit as well. And they see how strong you are, and they are knocked off their feet by this energy. You're not like anyone. This person feels like you're not like anyone or anything they've seen before. Something otherworldly, something ethereal, something that just, there's something about you that just understands them and sees through them, or this person perceives it to be that way, even if you find them confusing. I'm hearing, I feel like a simpleton compared to you, and I don't even know what that means. I don't think I've ever said the word simpleton ever in my life. But I think you're also making this person experience a lot of firsts in their life. They seem to feel like a gravitational pull towards you, but at the same time, I think it's terrifying to them, because I don't think they felt this strong of a pull to many people before. Maybe things, maybe passions, because they do feel very passionate to me. This is someone who follows their own path, but it's like you've made them feel more scared than they have in a long time. And not because you have done something to scare them, but because your energy is intimidating. It's a lot to this person. And this is not a bad thing. It's just that I don't think they were expecting this, and I don't think they currently feel very resourceful to handle this. Even though a part of them seems to know that they can, another part of them is just like, what the hell do I do now? There's definitely a fear of things going wrong or them doing something that's less than perfect in this situation. They want to show you off. You deserve to be seen. This person gets that. You're incredible. This person gets that. And they're proud of you for everything that you've been through as well. Even if they just met you, they see that strength. They see the scars, they see the flaws, they see the little quirks, they see it all, and they are really, really into it all as well. This is someone who has a very stable energy normally, I feel, and a very powerful energy as well, but compared to you, I think they might feel a little bit smaller. So maybe that's something they're going to have to come to realizations about or work on. But I think this is someone who's quick to recover as well. It just feels like they're kind of just shocked. They feel very happy around you and in your presence, and they love listening to you talk. They love your ideas, they love your perspectives, they love hearing about your experiences, even if it sometimes pains them to hear about how other people may have treated you, or how you may have been wronged in the past, or how it may have taken a lot out of you to get to the point that you are at now. But they really admire what this whole journey has created in you. And you should too. I hope you do. This is such a beautiful energy. It's so healing as well. I think you have a very healing presence. And in a way, it feels very calming to this person, but in a way, it seems terrifying. Maybe this is someone who is used to things not really affecting them that much. For some of you, this person has never had their heart broken, and for the first time, I think they're afraid of it actually happening. Especially if you reject them, or especially if they do something wrong. Especially if things go wrong in whatever way they might. And this isn't to like scare you or anything. I think it's just this person's anxious thoughts swirling in their head, which is perfectly understandable. I think they're just a little bit intimidated, a little bit unfamiliar with this kind of situation where they don't feel as resourceful as they normally would, or they don't just I'm hearing starstruck. There's something very creative around this person as well. I'm getting like writer energy, or I heard rapper as well. Or like some kind of musician maybe, journalist, script writer. This person is in tune with their emotions, and they may not feel that they are, but I think they were in tune with their emotions this whole time. It's just that no one has really given them so much to feel. Like, they might be someone who cries when they watch movies, or who's deeply moved when they read something or when they see a painting. So they're very in tune with their feelings. They are sensitive, but I don't think anyone, like a person, has given them this much to feel. So they may have always felt like they weren't that emotionally deep, or they're not that Well, actually, I think they know they're emotionally deep. They just might feel that it's easy for them to detach and just not feel things, but that's not true. I'm hearing, I just hadn't met you. This person is romantic. Like, I think they're a hopeless romantic, but they may not accept it. They may just deny it if you ever said that. But this person, it's just, they see all your colors and they appreciate every single hue, every single tone. And I don't know if you noticed, but the way I'm talking is changing. Like, it's not, sometimes in readings the way I talk will be very cerebral, like I'm writing like a scientific article or something. Sometimes it'll be very slow, very like uncertain, very confused. Sometimes I'll just speak very quickly and like very hyper, in a very hyper way. Sometimes I'll speak like this. Like kind of in awe and more poetic almost. I don't know if this sounds poetic to you, but yeah. Let's get some tarot. I am into this. I love this. I am rooting for this. Please let me know what's happening in this situation. Who is this person? And if you are new to my channel, by the way, I promise you, I'm not bullshitting. Go check out some of my other videos and you will see this is not an everyday thing. No, this is something else. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Hanged Man in reverse. You've made this person want to share who they really, really are with someone for the first time. I'm hearing things go to your heart and you see their heart. And they can see that you're so beautifully and freely vulnerable as well. And they understand that that's not an easy thing to do. Because I don't think this person would typically describe themselves as someone vulnerable or someone that chooses to be vulnerable or someone that can easily be on that level all the time. They're definitely inspired by you. Ooh. I'm hearing Venus statue for some reason. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the Four of Swords in reverse, and we have the Five of Wands. This person will fight anyone that hurt you. They want to fight anyone that hurt you. I don't think they realistically would. Because they don't seem like someone who is like that chaotic necessarily, like, but they want to fight the people that made you feel any less than what you deserve to feel all the time, which is just fully, entirely loved and appreciated and admired and respected. You change this person's mind about who they are. Sorry about the engine stuff going on outside. But maybe it's a sign that you've energized them in a new way, motivated them We have the Six of Wands. The Emperor in reverse. I think this person has been like someone who's usually in control, who feels unaffected by people, who may have had like significant relationships, or who may have connected to people on a deep level, but nothing like this. You make them feel out of control. We have the Moon. I think this person hasn't really doubted themselves for a while, but now they are. Because there's a lot on the line that matters to them now. Even if you just met this person, you've made such an impact on them. It'll be different for every situation, but this doesn't feel like you're in the middle of a cycle with this person. So I would say it's either a reconciliation or someone you just met. Can we clarify the... Oh, okay. It went in. They might be scared to tell you how they really feel right now. There seems to be something a little bit elusive about this. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. There might be something external blocking this connection for some of you. Or like, maybe you're in a relationship, or maybe you just got out of one, or maybe this person is in a commitment. Maybe in a commitment that is slowly ending, or that they have been having their doubts around, and meeting you maybe was the confirmation. Only take that if it resonates. Of course, that won't be the case for everyone. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. It does feel like you may have changed their mind about something they were undecided about before. We have the Seven of Cups as the bottom deck energy. Now they are hoping for more. They're dreaming bigger in terms of their life path also. You've had such a profound impact on this person. I don't think they even, for most of you, I don't think they even know you that well yet. I think there's still a lot they don't know about you, and they're already like fully sold. Like they're mesmerized. I'll just shuffle 3 more times. Okay. In terms of the energies, we have Pisces, Aries, and Cancer, and Pisces. Okay. So that is what we have in terms of zodiac signs. They could be significant, but they don't have to be, so no worries. If these signs and, if they don't mean anything to you. For some of you, maybe there is something seemingly not fully possible about this connection, because anxiety seems to be like a significant undertone here in this person's energy. So maybe they are in a different commitment right now, or this is a maybe work thing or something of that sort. We have surrender to the divine. This feels almost fated, and I don't like saying that, I really don't, but I say it when I feel it, and that's what it feels like. We have be bold and make the first move. For most of you, I do feel it's this person that will likely make the first move, but I'm also getting that it's safe for you to show them that you are interested in them, if you are, of course. And just because this person sees you, or like puts you, I guess, on a little bit of a pedestal, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all, because I do think they see you clearly. It's not that they don't see the real you. They just think you belong on the pedestal either way. But if you're still healing, if you're still having difficulty dealing with your emotions, if you're still feeling a lot, that is also perfectly okay. You're allowed to still be healing. And maybe you don't see yourself in this exact same light, but know that this is how you appear on the outside, even if it feels very confusing and dark on the inside. This won't be for everyone, but I also felt called to remind you that if anyone needed a little reminder about it. But we also have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn, which is essentially confirmation for what I just said. And now we are getting some channeled messages. Oh no. Where did you go? We have, there is so much I want to say to you. You are the only one for me, no one else but you. I love our friendship. For some of you, you may have friend-zoned this person, or they might feel friend-zoned, or maybe all they can offer you right now is friendship due to something. Doesn't have to be the case for everyone. Like, you would know about this. We have, I don't want to repeat the past. Oh. This is getting so hard to shuffle. What messages want to come through for my pile twos? We have, I miss you so much. What? Oh, don't go. I want to travel with you. I'm hearing I want to get away with you. I really care about you. Oh, it just put itself in place. I feel like you don't accept me as I am. I don't think they... Yeah, there is that insecurity coming out. I don't think it's that you don't. I think they think that you won't. Or maybe like you're not up, they're not up to your level or something, for some of you. We have, my mind is set on you, and bottom deck energy is, shockingly, I have feelings for you that I can't explain. Okay, I think this is all. You are my home. Oh, pile twos person. So cute. I feel like an idiot for what I did. Not sure what that's about, but you will know if, and we also have, that was the biggest mistake I ever made. So for some of you, this person may have messed this up in some way, or they might feel like they messed this up, or maybe they can't offer you more than friendship for some of you, so they feel like that really sucks. Okay. As usual, please only take the messages that resonate with you, of course, and leave the rest. And now we will get some Affirmators. We have perspective. What does a hawk see when it flies over your house, besides the family of mice living nearby that you don't know about? What will your current problems, conflicts, complaints look like when you're 80 years old and you gaze back on the timeline of your life? In this moment, you are being given the gift of clear perspective, of knowing that in the end, everything is going to be probably much better than okay. Think large enough and even big issues become small. Become an 80-year-old hawk and you're really onto something. Resilience. Sticks and stones may break my bones, and unkind words can somehow drain every bit of joy and color from my once rosy life. But nothing can ever permanently damage the real me. I love myself, I cherish myself, and I vow to remember that I'm always camped out in the depths of myself, even when I don't feel like very much of myself. I don't think that's ever come out before. I like it. Is there any other message that wants to come through? Thank you. We have acceptance. When I get to know new people, I accept their actual traits rather than the ones I project on them. Same goes for not new people I already know. Acceptance is a delicate art that reminds us everyone is their own unique self, and we can't expect them to ever be anything but. Man, how do those snowflakes do it? And yes, on that note, this is all I have for you, my beautiful pile twos. Let me know if this resonated. If it did not, there could be a message for you in another reading or in another pile. So if you feel called to do so, definitely do check those out. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care and bye. Hello, my beautiful pile threes, and welcome. So we are starting with these oracle cards first, and we'll clarify with tarot some more oracles and some channeled messages, and we're looking into what the person on your mind is currently feeling about you. The first card we have is Cancer, I feel. We have Cardinal. We have a 12th house. Pisces energy could also be significant. We have the 9 of Cups. We have Caution. We have number 11, Law of Responsibility. We have the King. And we have the Seed. Stating the obvious, this person is in their feels and they're in their head about this, but they're blocking out this energy. I do feel that you've had a big impact on this person, but this does feel like a situation that has either ended in some kind of conflict, or there is some kind of separation between the two of you, or if there is communication, it might not be very authentic currently. Because this person's energy is coming through very controlled on the outside, even though on the inside, I don't feel that they are as in control of their emotions. It feels like they have a lot of ups and downs in their emotional body, and I do feel that maybe they have been inconsistent with you as a result of this, but it also feels like there is something that's inherently guarded about them. When I was shuffling, I kept seeing the Eternal Child card as well, and it feels like while there is this awareness that they are responsible for what may have happened in this connection, especially if they've hurt you in some way, especially if they have been a little bit selfish, a little bit like someone who just went after what they wanted, only cared about what would be good for them without taking what would happen with the connection or how it would make you feel into account very much. If they have done something of this sort, or if there was a betrayal, if there was a lot of pain in this connection, I do feel that the seed of awareness is there. This person is aware that they are responsible for this on some level, and they do feel that responsibility on some level. The thing is, it feels like it's on a very, very, very deep level, and I do feel that a part of them has very internalized this a lot, and that's why it's managed to go so deep. But it also feels like they buried it deep down as well, with a lot of layers on top. So it feels like they are maybe guarded, a little bit more on the guarded side. Let me just fix the camera. I just realized it's not. Is that better, or is it just the same? I don't know, but it does feel like there is some level of denial here in their energy when it comes to maybe how they show up with you. There is some resistance, there is some guarded energy, there is a desire for this person to protect their identity, to protect their vision, to protect how they see this situation. So they might approach you very cautiously as well, or they may not be fully authentic in the way that they have been showing up with you. They may not have been wanting to be entirely vulnerable with you, because I do feel that they recognize that you could hurt them with the truth if you chose to. Because I do feel that, I mean, this is by no means someone who doesn't have emotions or anything, in the sense that this isn't someone who can very successfully block their emotions out. In fact, I feel they're very affected by their emotional body. They're very triggered right now as well. They may just not accept that. They may repress their emotions. They may have a lot of kind of escapist tendencies. They may drink, or they may, I don't know, smoke weed, or they may go out a lot, they may work a lot, they may be at the gym all the time. Whatever gets their mind off of things, whatever kind of gets them that momentary happiness, that momentary peace, that momentary quiet, I think that's where they're at. It feels like they're not fully open to this situation right now. They're not fully vulnerable, and they may not be willing to have a very open and honest conversation at this moment in time, because it feels like they're not really willing to be that vulnerable, or they don't feel like they're in a place where they can be vulnerable in this situation. It feels like they're just like protecting themselves, but they can't really protect themselves from the chaos that's happening on the inside in their emotional body. But it does feel like they're repressing it as much as they possibly can. I think they feel guilty, but they don't want to. I think they feel a sense of responsibility, but they don't want to. They want to be in control. I think it's very important to this person to be in control of how they appear in other people's realities, and how they appear in other people's stories and other people's narratives. They want to appear in the way that benefits them the most. And I think this is because their sense of their own self is so fragile. I think they are carrying a lot of wounds, possibly from childhood, from their family. Like, things maybe weren't stable in their home at all. Maybe they didn't feel supported. Maybe their parents had a very rough relationship, or their caretakers, their caregivers. For some of you, this person might be adopted, or they may have lost a parent or both of their parents. Doesn't have to be the case for everyone, but it does feel like this is someone who's carrying a lot of deep wounds that have prevented them from being their authentic self because it hurts too much to really connect to those parts of their own self. So they can't fully embody who they really are, if that makes sense. It's like they're protecting their own self from their own self as well, but they are probably doing this on a very like non-conscious level. A very subconscious level. They may have a lot of repeating thought patterns or a lot of self-limiting beliefs, and I think the reason they want to control their image towards other people is because they're afraid to be found out almost. But again, this feels more like an undercurrent than them being fully aware of this. It might resurface at times, but it feels like they just repress it. This is the energy of someone who represses a lot. Anything that doesn't make them feel good, it feels like these things get thrown away. But the thing with feelings is that you can't really throw them away. You need to sort them out and decide what to do with them first. And I think this person doesn't do a lot of processing, a lot of really feeling their emotions, really being in their emotions. They may just write them off, or they may just feel them for a second, but then they're like, oh, I don't care. Their energy is very heavy because I think they're actually carrying the burden of a lot of things. Some things that may come from way beyond this connection, way before this connection as well. And they might be afraid to lose their sense of self as well if they were to let go of these patterns and beliefs, because sometimes our unhealthy habits become very comfortable, so comfortable that we find it very difficult to move away from these. Sometimes it might be that if this person has like an addictive personality, if they have addictive tendencies, if there is anything that they are addicted to, and this doesn't have to be a substance, they might be afraid to let these go on some level because they won't know what else to identify with. And I think their energy towards you, the way they feel towards you, is very much connected to this as well. I think you've triggered a lot of these patterns in them because I feel like they felt, I'm hearing significant emotions, which feels very like compartmentalized, very rationalized, very it feels like it's been reduced. And I think that's what they do to their feelings, is that they reduce them so that it's easier to store them, because this person stores their feelings. They don't process them and let them go. And I think it's becoming progressively harder to keep everything repressed. So if they've lashed out at you, if they've said things that hurt you, if they've done something that hurt you, please know that it was not you. It is them, and that they can't carry all of these feelings anymore without some kind of outburst, without some kind of outlet. And this isn't to excuse anything. It's not to excuse how they may have treated you or how they may have made you feel. But hopefully, if this resonates with you, it helps understand why your connection with this person may have been rocky, why it may have been difficult. There is a lot to resolve in their energy. A lot to account for, a lot to take stock of, a lot to release, a lot to understand, a lot to process, a lot to feel. Because they can't realistically carry all of these patterns and beliefs and blockages with them. For some of you, this person may have ghosted you or blocked you. And I think it's because you've triggered them. So they may have, it feels like they're in an energy of seeking easier things. And it's very hard to access their feelings for you. I also feel like I can't really touch their heart space. Like it's difficult to tap into their heart space, not because there's nothing there, but because I feel there are so many walls around it, and also so many emotions trapped within as well. But let's get into your tarot so we can maybe understand this person's energy better and get into their emotions about you more, get you some more clarity around why they may have acted in certain ways. For some of you, you may have never had a connection with this person at all. Like this may have been a crush or someone that you were interested in but didn't return the same affection, the same energy. And I think in that case, the message here is that this person has a lot going on and they don't really have the space to let anyone in right now. But let's get some tarot. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Pentacles. This person, I feel, has received a lot from you. We have the Sun in reverse, and I do feel that up until a certain point, this felt very good, whatever interaction you may have had with them. We have the 4 of did I say that? We have the 4 of Wands and the Sun in reverse. I forget when I channel sometimes. With the Sun, we have Leo energy and a wounded inner child. We have the 9 of Swords. It feels like all was well until suddenly all of their intrusive thoughts, their patterns kicked in again. Can we clarify the 10 of Pentacles? We have the Fool. I just saw the Lovers in reverse. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse. Actually, it feels better like this. Feels right. We have the 3 of Wands. There is definitely something from childhood affecting the way they interact with this connection. With the 10 of Pentacles and the Fool, there is a very innocent energy here. There is a lot of hopeful energy here, but it doesn't feel like it's current. It feels like with the Sun in reverse and the 10 of Swords in reverse, it's explaining the source of the current patterns they may have, the current self-sabotage patterns they may have, the reason why they might be so triggered. Know that it's not your fault or anything that you did. And it's not who you are. It's just that I feel you have a very powerful light that shed light on this person's shadows, if you have been in a connection with them. And it was too much for them to see. And I think they're still embodying this energy. I think they still feel guarded and deep down scared. But I don't know if that's what they are showing you necessarily. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. They may not have had the emotional stability or the emotional maturity to give you what you deserve, or to match the energy that you were giving them. And we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Their thoughts make this person feel very ungrounded. We have the Devil in reverse as the bottom deck energy, so there's definitely a lot of shadow aspects coming out, a lot of fear and intrusive, obsessive thoughts, maybe obsessive behaviors, maybe, again, an addiction of some kind, or any way of coping with things. There's quite a bit of healing and a lot of connecting with the self that needs to happen in this person's energy. There is a need to focus on the self, but I don't know if that's what they're doing right now. I don't know if they're able to with the current energy that they're in. How does the person on pile three's mind feel about pile 3? I heard you've done nothing wrong, and they know that. They may have told you otherwise, but they know that. As I stopped shuffling, the bottom deck energy is the Emperor. It feels more like they just wanted to be in control. They wanted, I cut the deck and we have the Magician. They wanted to be in control and maybe kind of bend the situation to their will. How does this person feel about pile 3, please, universe? How does this person... Okay. Very interesting, because we have number 21, cutting through. So I do feel there is either a separation or a desire to have some kind of distance to protect themselves right now on their end. We have nearing completion, number 64, and then we have number 63 after completion. That's the bottom deck. We have number 22, grace and beauty. This person... And we have number 25, innocent. I think this person may have seen the innocence that they lost in you, or that the innocence that the inner child still that still possesses in them. But I think it's a lot more visible in you. You may not have the same layers of guardedness, the same layers of protection around you. You might be someone who's more comfortable being vulnerable, who's more open, who's not afraid to be their own self, who's not afraid to give and share and be generous. I think this person feels that you are a lot of things that they are not. And I think that may have triggered them a lot. This person hasn't forgotten about you, but I'm really drawn to fire above, water below, and water above, fire below. They may have felt like you were opposites. Or like at this point, you would not make each other grow, even if that's not necessarily true. I'm also hearing you're beautiful. You do have a beautiful energy, but I think that is too overwhelming to this person. It wasn't what they were ready for. Not something, or not someone this deep. Let's get you some channeled messages. I'm so grateful to have met you. I just heard they will be. So things might be confusing right now, but then we have I need to figure things out on my own. So things might be a little bit like unclear right now. But I do think essentially they just need to work things out on their own right now. And I don't think there is much you can do in this situation, if I'm being honest. We have I miss you so much. I don't feel worthy. I'm not good enough. There is that desire, that need to control other people's perception of them. Or like certain insecurities that they may be afraid to show others, that others will see. We have healing coming out as well. I feel really overwhelmed. I feel like we don't see eye to eye. I am so attracted to you, and my energy is focused on something else. Okay, this one is almost ripping, so we'll start with this one. Please don't cry for me. I don't think this person wants to hurt you. I think if they have hurt you, I think it's all their triggers. And again, this isn't to make any kind of excuse. And another message I'm getting is that this person doesn't want to be pitied as well. They may not feel comfortable with that at all. We have you gave me too much of yourself. I have to heal on my own. And you inspire me to heal and grow. Now let's get you some, some Moonology cards. And then, we have don't let your past hold you back. You're allowed to take any action necessary in this situation to make sure that you feel safe, you feel grounded, that you feel okay. And it's okay if it takes a while for you to feel fully okay about what may have happened. It's okay if it takes you a bit of time to figure things out, figure out what you want, figure out how you feel. You have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn, and you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. It's very important that you never forget this. Bottom deck energy is a time for healing. This situation may have taken a lot out of you, and it's very important that you give yourself enough time to feel everything that you need to. There's no deadline. And you need to do things in your own time. And you need to do what's best for you. Compassion. I choose compassion over criticism. Walking a mile in other people's shoes reminds me they might be going through something tougher than I think, like their shoes are too tight, or they're the kind of shoes that are too casual to be dressy and too dressy to be casual. Basically, I have no idea what they're dealing with privately, so I'll cut them some slack and be thankful for the shoes I've been dealt. We have depth. As new people show up in my life, I look for all the weird, wonderful, complex layers below their surface. I can't be surprised by someone's depth of character unless I'm willing to peel back the outer layers and go a little deeper. It's like the brand new saying goes, don't judge an onion by its haircut. Is there anything else that wants to come through? I'll shuffle 2 more times. 1 more. Okay. I'll take the bottom deck as well because I wanted to take 3 and I felt very called to take this. So we're taking it. Wholeness. I am complete, whole, and filled with love. I have everything I need. If I ask or look for more, I'm ignoring the love and gifts that are already in my life. Instead, I'll be grateful and acknowledge that anything else would be extra icing on life's cake. FYI to whoever is listening, extra icing is totally welcome as it's obviously the most delicious part. And I think this is all I have for you, my beautiful pile 3s. Let me know if this resonated. If it did not, there could be a message for you in another reading or in another pile. So if you feel called to do so, definitely do check those out. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care and bye.